What's going on, beautiful people? I'm Chuckey Ellis, and today I'm taking you behind the lyrics of my new viral song, Made for Me.
Nobody knows me like you. Nobody gon' love me quite like.
All right, so Made for Me is really about my testimony, and it's about my journey on becoming a born again Christian and also like finding my purpose in life. For a long time, I was trying to figure out who I was. I didn't know what my identity was, and I was really on a journey trying to find out who I was. And so, um, through repentance and just studying and seeking God, I came to a place where I had that aha moment, and I'm like, this is who I am. This is my purpose. I'm a Christian singer. And I just understood who I was in that moment. And so this song really uh, encapsulates that. I don't even know if that's a word, but you feel you picking up what I'm putting down, right? All right, so it encapsulated that, right? So that's what the song is really about. It's about that whole journey, and all of that just bundled up in one song. Oh, that's a good question. The reason why this song really resonates with me is because, like, when I listen to it, every single lyric from beginning to end, it really came from a real place. So, like, for example, the first lyric, it starts off, it's like, I was feeling out of tune. Every weekend I was drinking with the crew. I'm feeling so consumed. So it's like, so it starts off like I was feeling out of tune. So like that lyric really talks to anxiety. I was really dealing with a lot of anxiety, and it was so bad that I wouldn't even go outside. I wouldn't drive places because I just felt like I was going to pass out and die. So I was really feeling out of tune. And I was asking God, like, what is going on with me? And thank goodness, after asking those questions and seeking him, I found some things that were in my life that were causing this anxiety. Um, and the next lyric, what did it say? I was feeling out of tune. Every weekend I was drinking with the crew. That was the red button right there. I was going out drinking a lot. So that alcohol um, was really opening up a lot of doors. Not only was the alcohol poisoning my body and my organs, but drinking a lot was also causing me to eat unhealthy. When I was coming home from the club drunk, I'm stopping by the whatever fast food spot is open, and I'm just throwing down on burgers and tacos and this greasy this and salt and sugar, and I'm just like boom, and then I'm going to sleep late, waking up early. So it was really opening up a lot of doors, and plus the people I was hanging around with was not healthy environments. So for me, drinking really was like that one block that just opened up so much stuff that was harming me, and that's what was making me feel out of tune and feeling consumed. Um, and so I made a decision. I said, no more. I sat down and I just wrote down everything that was stopping me from being the best version of myself, and alcohol was one of them. And when I stopped drinking alcohol, I noticed that I wasn't in the clubs no more. I started eating healthy. I'm sleeping better. I'm getting to bed at a good hour, and I'm getting up at a good hour. Not only am I getting up not hungover, I'm now getting up and I'm going to the gym. I'm running. So it's like things began to change, and so I started noticing the anxiety was like going away. And that's when I said in the song, you took away my fears, now I'm brand new. I know I'm out of tune, but I'm just singing it like you took away my fears, now I'm brand new. Like I literally thought that anxiety was going to be the new me. I thought that was my identity. I thought I was just going to have to deal with it for the rest of my life. And when I repented and gave my life to Christ and started treating my mind, body, and soul with love and respect,
You took away my fears, now I'm brand new.
the thing I want people to understand is number one, God loves you. God truly loves you, regardless of what you've done. And that's the first, like, that was the first step for me. I really sat back and I looked at my life and the things that I had done that I was not proud of. Um, and I still felt God's love. God was teaching me that he loves me regardless of what I've done. That was huge for me. He was teaching me how to love and he was teaching me also like what it feels like to be loved, what it truly feels like to feel love regardless of what I've done. So once I began to like really resonate with the love of God as I'm just reading the Bible and I'm reading these stories and I'm seeing these stories of people doing things and going through things and how God was still able to love them, and then looking at my life and what I've gone through and how he's now restoring me and bringing me back and giving me new life. And I'm like, wow, God, you are really loving me regardless of my past. And so when I really resonated with that, it not only helped me to understand what it felt like to feel love, but then it inspired me and it motivated me to start loving myself. And that's what I feel like God was teaching me. He was teaching me how to love myself. And so now I am, that became my new journey, that I became obsessed with loving myself. That became my job, more than my job. From the time I woke up to the time I went to sleep and everything in between was all about what can I do to put a smile on my face. And that meant like, eating more healthy, putting water in my body, fruits and vegetables. And it even went to like certain people that I was hanging around. Like I noticed if this group of people, if I was hanging around them, if it made me feel kind of off, I stopped hanging around those people because I was protecting my peace. I was protecting my happiness and I was protecting me. So everything became self-love now. And so then once I really started building up that self-love, I believe that God then said, okay, Chuck, now that you understand what it feels like to be loved by him, and now that you understand what it feels like to have self-love, now it was time for me to go out into the world and share that love with other people. And it was one of the best feelings in the world. Like I've never been able to connect with people in this way. If I'm being honest, back in the day, my love was conditional. I'm gonna just be honest. Like it was really about like, what can this person do for me? Or, it was like, what can I get out of this? And that would determine how I was going to love you or how I was going to conduct myself around you. But now it's like, I can honestly say I'm not seeking, I'm not looking for what I can get from somebody. You know what I mean? God has truly shown me that he has supplied all my needs. Everything. So I don't have to go out into the world anymore seeking that love. I'm literally just going out and I'm loving people regardless of what they've done to me. And that was huge. It changed everything. And as I look back on my life, I noticed that so many of the relationships that I had with friends and just people in general, and even jobs that I was on, a lot of those things suffered back in the day due to anxiety and due to selfish reasons. And so I'm just so thankful that God has just made me a new person and just completely gave me a 180. And now I'm able to go out into the world and just love unconditionally.
You lead me to the truth again.
What's next for me in music? This is so exciting because it's like, it's even exciting just sitting here doing this interview because like I've been doing music for a very, very long time. And I've been just like up and down, like trying to find myself and trying to find my sound. I've done the worldly music, I've sang in the clubs, and I've done all of that. But to be doing gospel music, I've been doing it for a very long time. And so I'm excited because I have so much music, y'all. Like I have so much music. And that's what's next for me. It's like, it's all about like just putting out new music, and right now I've just been putting out singles and just having fun with each single, and just going out and filming at different locations and different outfits and just giving different ways to express myself. So that's what's next for me in music, y'all. It's like just putting out new music. And it's exciting because I feel like now the world is starting to catch up with what God has been already doing behind the scenes. So that's what's exciting for me because Like, I'm in the studio every single day and I see all the music. And now that God has flipped the switch and opened up the world and said, hey, look at this artist, Chuckey Ellis, and allowing me to share the gospel through music, that's what's exciting for me, because I'm showing up on social media every day and I'm seeing everybody and I'm seeing all of the love. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, I got so much music for y'all. I got so much like heartfelt, inspiring, motivating. I mean, music that you can work out to, music that you can drive to, music that you can just clean your house to. Like, it's just I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So that's what's next for me, y'all. And that's just from my limited perspective. You know, as I've been on this journey, one thing that I have learned is when I start thinking about the future, God kind of like blurs it out. And I don't really get to see a whole lot of what's in the future. God is really helping me to just focus on what's right in front of me and staying obedient to it. So I could sit here all day and tell you, I'm about to do this in the future, I'm about to do that. But I'm going to be honest, totally honest. I don't know. But I do know that God is up to something. And I'm going to just stay obedient, stay in his word, stay in his presence. So that way, whatever he got planned, when it happens, when it comes, we're going to be ready for it. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and check out my music, man. Chuckey Ellis. You can find me on any streaming platform, whether it's iTunes or Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all that fun stuff. Just make sure y'all chop it up. Just make sure y'all tune in with me. And yeah, let's get it. Made for me and you.
Nobody knows me like you. Nobody gon' love me quite like you. Jesus, you're my freedom. Free me from these demons. You gave me the life I always needed. Yeah. Spirit and body, sin won't win. I'm never gon' love like this again. You were made for me, just for me. Said you were made for me. Said you were